everyone, and welcome to another green marble crochet tutorial. For this tutorial I would like to show you how to make a very simple ballet wrap. Really super simple, kind of based off my other designs, just as a ballet wrap. So yes, for that I will be using this yarn and this hook, just the usual 5mm. I also wanted to talk about, I've had a lot of questions about the weight or the ply of the yarn that I use, and I've said it before, but I probably should specify every time I do something. I can't find a ply on any of the labels of the yarn that I buy in Spain, which is odd, but it's just the way it is. So yeah. A quick Google search will help, but I mean, I'm happy to sort of do this anyway and try and help you with what you need to know. Okay, so I'll tell you the specifications that are on the label, which is for 23 rows of 18 stitches of this, it will make something that is 10 centimeters squared. Okay, so that's using either a 4 or 5mm knitting needles or a 3mm hook. But of course I don't really use hooks that small because I don't want to take too much time with what I'm making, unless I'm making the dress, the summer dress, and then I will use a smaller hook because obviously I don't want it to be a see-through at all. Yeah, so I'll be doing that. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know so that you had something to work with. But yeah, like I said, a quick Google search with those sorts of specifications should tell you the weight or the ply of the yarn that you're looking for. Honestly, not knowing what I'm talking about, I'm going to assume this is like between worsted and, what's the other one? DK. So, yeah, I mean it's not heavy, it's not light, it's sort of medium. But I'd probably go more with worsted, which I think is the heavier one. So yeah, we'll just say that. Also, I wanted to add a hood to this, but then I thought, one, this can take more time. Two, I have a little bit more planning I want to do before I do that. So this is just going to be the super basic ballet wrap design. Yeah, and anything else I do to that later, I'll do it on my own time. Alright, so I don't think there's anything else that I need to say. This is going to be a hopefully super quick, super basic tutorial. I just want to say thank you to all my new subscribers. Everybody who's been subscribing over the past couple of months is amazing. It's so exciting. I don't even know what to say, you know. Yeah, it's really great. Okay, so thank you, and also thanks for some of the really lovely comments I've been getting on my stuff. It's really great as well. Thank you, to everyone. Okay, I don't think there's much else to say, so we should just get straight into making this. Yeah. Alright, to begin, I'm going to make a slip knot. And I'm going to chain 40. So chain stitch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to chain 40. Okay, now that I've chained my 40 stitches, I'm going to chain an extra 1, and then skipping that first chain from the hook, only the first chain, I'm going to double crochet, so that's yarn over, and I'm going to double crochet into the second chain along from the hook. So that one just there, double crochet into the second chain from the hook, just like that, double crochet, and then into that same stitch, into that same chain, I'm going to chain 2 and put another double crochet into that chain. Sorry, focusing the camera. So into the same chain that I just put a double crochet into, another double crochet, so yarn over, pull through a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So double crochet. Now into the next 9 chains, I'm going to put a double crochet, so that's 1, 2, 3, 3. So the next 9. Alright, so there's those 9 double crochets. So chaining 2 I'm going to put another double crochet into that last stitch that that last chain that I put that last double crochet into. So another double crochet into that chain. And now, counting along, I'm going to put a double crochet into the next 20 chains. So 1, 2, 3, the next 20 chains. Alright, so I've done those 20 double crochets. Now into the next chain along, I'm going to put a double crochet. So double crochet into the next chain along, and then chain 2 and another double crochet into that same chain. So this is how we increase. This is how we increase, and then into the next 9 chains we put a double crochet. Alright, now that I've done my 9 double crochets, I'm going to chain 2, and then into that same chain, so the beginning chain, we're going to put another double crochet. Just like that. And there we've done our first row of increases. Alright, so our next step is to chain up 1 and then turn the work. And into the first stitch we put a double crochet. So we're skipping that first chain from the hook always. At the beginning we're always only going to chain 1 to chain up. I just think it makes it look neater, and I don't know, maybe you'll agree, maybe you won't, but I really do. So anyway, so we've put our double crochet into the first stitch. Now, into that hole where we've put our 2 double crochets and the 2 chains, which has formed a hole for the increase, we're going to put a double crochet through the center of that hole and chain 2. Then into the hole again, put another double crochet. I hope you can see this. I hope I'm not going too fast. Just trying to focus on time. Anyway, so yeah, we've done that. And then into the next stitch along, we put a double crochet, and we put a double crochet into each stitch along, all the way up to the next increase section. Okay, so here I am with my double crochet at the last stitch before the increase section. And what I'm going to do is just the same again. So we're going to put a double crochet into the center of that increase section, followed by a chain 2, and then another double crochet into the middle of the increase section. And then once again, moving on to the next stitch after the increase section, we double crochet all the way up to the next increase section, and we do that all the way to the next one, and then we do that to the end, and we do it again at the end increase section. But I'm going to meet back up with you then, and I'll show you what we do after that. Now here I am, I've put my 2 double crochets and the chain 2 into the last increase section, and I'm going to put my final stitch into that last stitch right at the end there. It's not always an easy one to get, but you'll get there. So into that last stitch, and there we go, double crochet. And there's row 2. Now, I'm going to talk you through the next row just briefly. So what we do always at the beginning, we chain 1, turn the work. And this is how we're going to start to increase for the front, so that obviously it wraps around the front. Now, we double crochet into the first stitch, skipping that first chain from the hook, just like that. Now in the next stitch along, we're going to put 2 double crochets, so 1 and 2, and then into the increase section we put a double crochet, followed by the chain 2, and another double crochet, and then just like the previous row, moving straight onto the next stitch, we put a double crochet, and then the same all the way up until the next increase section, until you get to the end, and then you chain up 1, turn the work. So what we do at the beginning of each row, we chain up 1, we turn the work, and then we put a single double crochet into the first stitch, but for the second stitch we always put 2 double crochets, and that's how you're going to increase to get the wrap around, obviously. So we're going to do that Now what we're doing is we are growing the wrap part, obviously, for that front bit, but we're also growing the increased sections, which, once you get to it, will need to fit comfortably beneath your arms. So I'm going to meet back up with you very shortly and show you exactly what I mean by that. But let's just keep going. So I'll just say that again quickly. So at the beginning of each row, you chain up 1, turn the work, double crochet into the first stitch, into the second stitch, 2 double crochets, and then 1 double crochet into each stitch leading up to the increase section, then double crochet into the increase section, chain 2, another double crochet into the increase section, and then just doing the same until you get to the end of the work, and always make sure you get that last stitch right at the end, just so you don't lose your stitch count, so that it makes a bit more sense. Okay, yeah, so that's what we're going to do. I really hope this is making sense. Like I said, I'll meet back up with you very shortly and show you exactly what I mean by having the increased sections joining comfortably beneath the arms, and you'll start to see what I mean by everything else, like the wrap part and everything. Okay, see you soon. Okay, so I just wanted to show you quickly where I'm up to with my increases. So here we are. This is what it's going to start to look like. And like I said, always try on as you go, just so you know where you're up to and how everything's starting to look. So I've increased to the point where now the increased sections back and front both fit comfortably beneath my arms. So like that. When you match them up and you join them, they'll fit like that. And that's going to be the same on both sides. So that's really good. I'm really pleased with that. And also you see with the increases at the front, it's starting to wrap around. So it's going to start to wrap. Now what we're going to do is we're going to join the back and the front sections. Show you how to do that. And then we'll continue doing the body until this wraps, until each part sort of wraps to about your side. So you'll see what I mean as I go. I'll explain it all and show you what I'm doing. So yeah, we're going to start working that. But yeah, let's get to work for the moment on joining the front and the back seams. Alright, now that I'm about to start work on joining the increases, I'm going to start the row as I normally would, so that's chaining up 1, turning the work, putting a single double crochet into the first stitch, that's 1 single double crochet to the first stitch, 2 double crochets into the second stitch, and then 1 double crochet into each stitch until you reach the first increase section. Alright, now that I've reached the first increase section, I'm going to fold the 2 corresponding increase sections, so the front and the back together, so that was just like that, there we go, folding them together like that. And then all we do is we focus the camera and put a double crochet into the center of both of those increase sections to join them. So just a double crochet through both of those, and that joins the increase sections. Then we turn. We're bypassing the arm completely at the moment. We're not going to worry about that till we've finished the body. And we're going to move on to the back, and we're just going to continue on putting a double crochet into the next stitch along, and every stitch along until you get to the next increase section, where once again you're going to, where are we, to the next increase section, which is there, and you're going to fold that together with the corresponding increase section for the front. So this is the back, obviously. So you're going to fold that together like that, and then put your double crochet through both of those increase sections, bypassing the arm, move straight onto the front and continue along. And once you reach the end, you're going to chain up 1, turn the work, double crochet into the first stitch, 2 double crochets into the second stitch, and then a single all the way along till the end of that row. And you're going to keep doing that, like I said, until the wraparound bits get to a nice spot just at your sides. And that's where we're going to be doing that too today. And then I'll meet back up with you and I'll show you what that's going to look like, and then we will start work on the straps. Okay, see you soon. Alright, now to make the straps, we're going to pick up right where we left off on the last row. And to do that, we're going to just chain 100. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 100. Okay, now here I am with a chain of 100. And I'm going to chain an extra 1, focus the camera, chain an extra 1, so 101, and then skipping that first chain from the hook, we're going to put a single crochet into the second chain from the hook, so not that one, but that one, so a single crochet, and then we're going to single crochet into every chain all the way back down to the end of that chain of 100. Alright, and here I am at the end of that chain of 100, putting the last single crochet in just there. And now I'm turning back to the body of the work. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go along, and there'll be no more increasing. I'm just putting a single crochet into each stitch along. Just a single crochet, no more doubles at this point. We're only going to be doing singles. So put a single crochet into every stitch all the way until you get to the other end. And I'll meet back up with you there and show you what to do. Here I am at the end of that chain, just putting the last single crochet into the final chain. Now, turning to the body of the work, I'm going to be putting a single crochet into every stitch, no more doubles, just singles, into every stitch along till I get to the other end. And then once I reach the other end, I'll meet back up with you and show you where to go from there. Okay, now I've reached the other end. I'm going to once again chain 100. Alright, and once again chaining an extra 1, and we skip the first chain from the hook, so not that one. We single crochet into the second chain from the hook, and then every chain all the way back to the beginning of that chain 100. Alright, now here I am at that last chain, so putting my last single crochet into the chain. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be turning to the sides, so the sides of the work just there, and I'm going to be putting a single crochet, single crochets in all the way out the side, so it'll be 2 per double crochet. So as you can see there's rows of double crochets. You can fit 2 single crochets into the sides of each of those double crochets, just like that. And this will just neaten up the hem, make it look nice. So doing that all the way up the side, and then all the way around the original foundation chain for the neckline, you're going to be putting in single crochets, and then single crochets all the way back down the other side until you get to the beginning of the other strap. So I'll meet back up with you at that stage and show you where to go from there. Okay, so here I am. I've worked my way all the way around to the other strap with single crochets. Now I'm just going to slip stitch into just somewhere into the beginning of that strap, just to neaten up, just like that. So I've slip stitched, and now I'm going to trim that yarn and pull it through, pull it tight. So that's tied off, and I'll weave that in later. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get working on the arms. So let's start work on that. Alright, to start work on the arms, we're going to take a fresh piece of yarn and make a slip knot. And then going back to one of the increase sections where you've already joined for the body of the work, and you bypass the sleeve to begin with, you're going to find those 2 increase sections and you're going to stick your hook through once again. So stick your hook through there and attach the slip knot and pull it through those 2 increase sections. Then pull that tight, but not too tight because you still want it to wrap around those increase sections. Now straight from there you're going to chain up 2 and move straight into the next stitch along on the sleeve. So just a double crochet into that next stitch along from that increase section, and then a double crochet into every stitch around until you get to the end, and then you're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 2, chain up another 2, and then turn the work, double crochets back in the opposite direction, and then keep doing that, chaining up 2, turning the work, double crochets back in the opposite direction, until you've grown the sleeve to a length that you like. So I'm going to finish up this round and show you exactly what I mean by slip stitching, chaining 2, turning the work. Okay, see you in a second. Alright, here I am at the last stitch of that round, so that's 1 more double crochet for that round, just like that. Alright, now slip stitching into the top of that chain 2, so there's the chain 2, just slip stitch into the top of that, like that, and then chain up 2 and turn the work, and double crochets back in the other direction. So for this, don't put your double crochet into the stitch directly beneath just there, put it into the next one along, because the slip stitch at the end, that's going to serve as a stitch. So you'll keep the same stitch count, no problem, just keeps it even, keeps it neat like that. Okay, yeah, so like I said, once you get to the end, slip stitch into the chain 2, chain up 2, turn the work, keep doing this till you've grown the sleeve to the length that you want, and then do exactly the same thing with the other sleeve. And once we're finished, we'll meet back up, we'll try on our ballet wraps, we'll see how they look. Hopefully they look good, I'm sure they will. Okay, yeah, see you soon. Okay you guys, so here is the completed ballet wrap. As you can see, it's a really simple design. Because it's double crochet, it's really easy to thread the strap through the inside when you wrap it. That makes sense. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.